So this is a high-level technical review of the content of the course. And the objective is to make sure that when you are trading live robots, that you're trading them with the very best chance of success. So let's start at the beginning. Firstly, you would start with a robot. Now that robot could be a purchased robot, it could be your own robot, it could be a free robot, any one of those. And what you would do, if it was your own robot, and I'm just going to go down here, you would create a testing template. Now a testing template is what we use to generate results for the robot, but also for generating settings. So you would do what we call a self-created template. If you purchased the robot like an expert Forex robot, you could get supplied test templates. So those templates again would enable you to test the robot to see the profitability and also the compatibility of the robot with your broker account. Or if you're lazy, you could purchase the robot and go straight to the supplied settings that have been provided by the robot supplier. Let's go back over here. If you were to use the self-created template, you would use that to create settings. So you would optimize the robot, you would test the robot, and through that process you would create a collection of settings, not only one, possibly a 10,000 settings from that activity. And the same with supplied test templates, you would create that huge universe of settings. Then you need to go through a selection process. You can't trade all 10,000 settings. You have to select the very best settings, and there are a few criteria you can use. You can use the gains that those settings make, but you can also use the drawdowns that those settings make. And here's an example of criteria that you could use. You could say, I only want to use settings that produce 200% return on investment but have a maximum drawdown of only 20%. That's typical criteria that you could use to filter the bad settings from the good settings. And it doesn't matter where you've started, you can use that filtering process with all the settings that you have available to you. And once you've done that filtering process, you can then decide the very best ones to feed into what we call your live trading plan or a demo portfolio. Okay, so that's the first process. You do quite a bit of work to decide which settings you're going to be putting forward to your live trading plan. Now we get into the next process, and where we've come from is this green block here. We've optimized and tested and found hundreds of settings. Most of them have gone into the bin. We've only passed the best settings into our demo account portfolio, which will trade those settings on a demo account for a couple of weeks to make sure that we are happy with the results that we're getting from that portfolio. So let's say we've tested about 200 here, 20 of them are qualified. We feed those 20 in here and we trade them for two to 3 weeks. Some of them will fail miserably to the extent that we'd rather discard them and put them in the bin. Some will battle along and will need extra attention, and that's why we have a robot hospital here. The failing settings will go into the hospital. We'll make some changes to them, cosmetic changes or sometimes quite extreme changes, and we'll then feed them back into the demo account saying, well, from what we've seen from the trading so far, these changes should improve the performance. So that's the other area that might happen in this demo account portfolio. But hopefully a huge percentage of let's say the 20 settings that you've fed into your demo portfolio, let's say 8 of them are performing very well. You're very happy with the results. They are conforming with your requirement of 200% with a drawdown of only 20%, let's say. And what you then do is they have now been tested on your demo account, and you can now feed them into your live account portfolio. So can you see the filtering process that has happened from having millions of alternatives down to feeding only the very, very best proven? because they have been filtered by your entry criteria and they have been filtered by actual live trading into your live account. Now, even on the live account, all of those settings may not work perfectly, and you might have failed ones which you want to discard completely and put them in the bin, or you have failing settings. Now, the difference between failed settings and failing settings is that the failing ones can be repaired. So you send them to the robot hospital, and again, they don't come straight back. They go into your demo account, you test them first, and then out you go. So that is the process that we teach on the Zero to Hero course. It is a process that gives you the very best chance of success, and it incorporates portfolio trading, because let's say you've got 8 or 9 robots trading in your live account. You are spreading your risk with really, really good high potential strategies.